Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we've got a bit more information on Dawn of War 3 from an article from PC Gamer. They interviewed the lead level designer. He's called Brent Disbro. So I'm basically going to just cover some of the stuff that's mentioned in that article. I'll briefly go over some things and give some feedback. If you want to go and read the full article, which I recommend you do, go to the description of the video and there is a link to the full article in there. Okay, so one of the things that stood out to me straight away was that there's a quote in there that's basically talking about the three factions. Now, the bit that stood out was that the Space Marines, Eldar and Orc forces moved to seize power, but whereas in Dawn of War, like Retribution and Dawn of War, or the other Dawn of War 2 games, is that you basically picked a faction and you basically played through the entire campaign as that faction. So if I started as Eldar, then I played the entire campaign as Eldar, I went to the end, that's it, finished, then started a new game as Space Marines and then completed that campaign then as Space Marines. But what they're saying from this is that you'll jump around from different faction to faction. So for example, now I start as Orcs or I start as Space Marines, I play a couple of missions and then it will move to the Eldar perspective then, and then I'll have to play Eldar. Well, I think you'll have to play Eldar. I don't know if they're going to force you to do it. If they do force you to do it, where you have to play different armies, I think that's going to be a bit of a kicker for me, because I actually enjoy actually picking one army and going through the entire campaign as that army, and then just doing a new campaign as a different army. It's like you have two horses in a race. Even though you win, you still lose. You know, it doesn't really make sense to me. They'll be going down that road. But they did mention, connecting to that, is that one of the reasons they are doing it is because they want to be friendly to the newcomers, to show off their races. But I think they could do that in basically a cutscene. To be fair, you know, the amount of cutscenes you know that have been out in other Dawn of War games, where it basically sums up an army, what an army is, you can do that within a minute, 2 minute cutscene to basically get across. So I'm a bit iffy about that. I don't know the full details on it, so I'm actually looking forward to see a video on how that will work and if it's going to work as I just said. So I'll keep my eyes on that. Now, going into the actual scale of the game, they actually went into a nice little detailed scale of the game. They want to make the game like Dawn of War 1, scale-wise. They want to quote, they want large, over-the-top battles which inject awesomeness from the heroes of Dawn of War 2. Now that for me was definitely something I wanted from this new game. You know, I loved the epic scale battles in Dawn of War 1. I thought Dawn of War 2, even though it was, you know, he had some fantastic battles and stuff, I thought it was more of a skirmish type of game. It was basically you had a couple of squads and then, you know, them squads were actually vital. But whereas in Dawn of War 1 you can just create super armies and just smash them against each other and have these amazing massive battles. So I'm really glad that they're bringing that back in, plus adding the hero aspect to the game as well. So, you know, we will have our heroes leading from the front, as well as in these huge armies actually going in and actually, you know, crashing and smashing and doing all the stuff. So that is, you know, that's a 2 thumbs up for me. Yeah, I'm really looking forward towards that. But then we have this statement where they basically say Dawn of War 3 moves away from Dawn of War 2's heavy resilience on war gear. Leveling heroes up will unlock new abilities, but each elite's roles is carefully defined. So basically what they're basically trying to get across here is that they're saying that because the game's going to be such an epic scale now, whereas in Dawn of War 2 each squad mattered, so each squad had different abilities. So, you know, you could create squads where they were more melee based, you know, with plasma guns, or, you know, certain grenades, crack grenades, frag grenades and stuff like that. Because you're having this epic scale of war now in Dawn of War 3, there's got to be multiple units which you can take to the field, which are going to do that. Whereas in Dawn of War 2 you had to basically kit out a build to say of a certain squad to accomplish that. So they're more or less streamlining the war gear stats. I hope they don't really do it for the heroes that much, because personally for me, when you know, when you get like cool little weapons for your heroes and stuff, that's one of the you know, the really great things is customizing your epic, you know, your epic heroes and characters and stuff like that. So I hope they keep most of it for the heroes, but I can understand why they're taking, you know, most of it away for the actual squads in game and stuff like that. I can actually understand that. Yeah, so yeah, that makes sense to me. And actually on the subject of heroes, the last thing I'm going to be going over is actually what you can actually take actually in the game. Just like Dawn of War 2, if anyone's ever played Dawn of War 2, you'll know like once you start a mission, you have a screen to take your elite units or your hero units. For example, like if I wanted to take a Terminator squad, I can take a Terminator squad. If I wanted to take a Dreadnought instead, I can take a Dreadnought instead and stuff. That is going to be the same. They actually say in the article that you'll be able to take 3 elites into the game. So for example, I can take Gabriel Angelos. They called him Captain Gabriel Angelos in this article, by the way. I think that might be a typo, because he's a chapter master now since the end of the last game. And you can take 2 other slots, so for super units. So for example, a knight would be a class as a super unit, and maybe a Dreadnought or some Terminators again like that to actually go with your army. So you got to have these elites and super units leading your army. They're going to be like basically the HQs, and then you'll have your entire army behind them in a way. So you know, these are the guys who are going to be basically causing as much damage as they can, and then you have your army supporting them with all the different classes and whatever you take and such and stuff like that. So yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I like that system in Dawn of War 2 where you can take your elites and stuff like that. So bringing all that back, mixing that with, you know, the huge epic scales of Dawn of War 1, I think is only going to bring good things. My only downside at the moment is that I would like to see some footage of the game. I know I'm being a bit greedy, but I think, is it E3? I think it's E3 that's coming up. I think everyone's talking about E3 is going to be the big reveal, because I do know that one of the big discussions online at the moment is that the game looks too bright with the screenshots and stuff like that, which is perfectly fine. You know, it actually does. But my view at the moment is that, you know, we saw no footage. I personally think the screenshots have been photoshopped, to be fair, because they look a bit copy and pasted. I've got a lot of experience with Photoshop, and for me it looks a bit copy and pasted. Plus, adding to that, it may be that the alpha shots as well. You know, a game in alpha, it looks nothing like a finished game at all. So all we can do is wait, get that gameplay footage, and from there we can really start discussing and forming some opinions and stuff like that. So yeah, alright chaps, like I said, the full article's in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Again, as soon as I get more information, anything like that, I'll post up a video as soon as possible, and I'll try and get it over to everyone. So thanks for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you all again. Bye bye.